Welcome to Prime Cuts, choice racing action from America's grassroots racetracks. Today, we're at Southern Raceway in Milton, Florida. It's the fourth and final night of the 2024 Clash on the Coast with the IMCA stock cars, courtesy of Speed Sport affiliate IMCA TV.
2 tracks, 4 great nights of racing, and welcome to Championship Saturday night here at the IMCA TV. Clash on the Coast for Saturday night excitement from the Southern Raceway right here in Milton, Florida. Heat race number 1 rolling to the speedway. Let's take a look at your first of 4 IMCA stock car. Heats on the racetrack. It'll be Hunter Rasdin out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, the 7R. And to his outside, that will be the 99X machine of Dallin Murdy out of Chelsea, Iowa, Thursday night winner. Devin Snellenberger, Pulaski, Wisconsin, in the number 21X, and Mike Vandermark Jr. out of Cedar Springs, Michigan, the 26. Pat Rachels, China Grove, North Carolina, the 34, and Chad Grogmeyer, the 12 car out of Burlington, Iowa. Final 3 starters, we will see Kenny Wallace out of St. Louis, Missouri, in the 7 car. To his outside will be Dylan Thornton out of Keystone, Iowa, in the 99 DTR. And the 3 of Mike Albertson from Audubon, Iowa. Here we go off of turn number 4. Green flag coming out for the first heat race on the championship Saturday night. Hunter Rasdin going to roll on down there to the race lead. The 99X machine of Dallin Murdy right there to the number 2 spot. Murdy's going to rock and roll to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll work into turn number 3 and 4. Rasdin up top. It'll be Murdy on the bottom, side by side for the race lead. Remember, unlike the last 3 nights, this will be the top 4 cars transferring to the A. Top 4, and that's going to put Jim Horsch right there into that 4th and final transfer spot. One out of a spot looking in is the 05 junior. John Oliver Jr. is now Jim Horsch in the 21. Going to look to the inside of Brandon Harris. Harris going to go a little high on the racetrack. Horsch going to look down on the bottom. They'll work down the front straightaway. 3, 4, and 5 up for grabs as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Top 2 of Rasdin and Murdy are gone. Jim Horsch in the 21H now is going to get a run down the back straightaway on the 2 of Brandon Harris. Harris in that 2 car working down along the bottom with Jim Horsch in the Robin Egg Blue number 21H machine coming to the bottom. Can he get him? Yes, he does. Jim Horsch right there going to the number 3 spot now. They'll work on down the back straightaway. It will be the 7R of Rasdin, your leader, followed by the 99X machine of Dallin Murdy. Murdy going second, Jim Horsch is third, Brandon Harris is 4th, and John Oliver Jr. The West Burlington, Iowa racer sitting right back there in the number 5 spot, 1 out of a transfer looking in. It'll be down the front straightaway. 4 down, 4 to go. Halfway home on this one. Here comes John Oliver Jr. Going to try to get to the bottom of that 2 machine of Brandon Harris. Harris right there on the bottom, working on in, keeping that 05 Junior at bay. Down the front straightaway, still going to be Hunter Rasdin, your race leader. Dallin Murdy in the number 2 spot now. John Oliver Jr. coming for the transfer. Watch the 05 Junior car. He'll work it on down into turn number 1 and 2. John Oliver Jr. down there on the bottom. He'll ring up Harris for the number 4 spot. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, Harris is going to come back to the inside. It'll be Oliver with a white flag in the air now, solidifying the 4th and final transfer spot. Hunter Rasdin on up front, showing the way with a half-second advantage over Dallin Murdy. In the 99X machine, you got Arkansas and Iowa running Uno Dos and Traces, Minnesota. Off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Checkered flag is out for Hunter Rasdin. Dallin Murdy coming home to the number 2 spot. Jim Horsch will go 3rd, and 4th will go to the 05 Junior of John Oliver Jr. Heat race number 2. It'll be Elijah Zevenbergen out of Ocheyedan, Iowa, the 66Z, and Andrea McCain, South Haven, Minnesota. They're the 25A. Row number 2, it'll be Devin Snellenberger, the 21X out of Pulaski, Wisconsin, and Mike Vandermark out of Cedar Springs, Michigan, the 26. Pat Rachels, China Grove, North Carolina, the 34, and Chad Krogmeyer, Burlington, Iowa, the 12. Final 3 starters. Here we go. Now it'll be Kenny Wallace out of St. Louis, Missouri, the 7. Dylan Thornton, Keystone, Iowa, the 99 DTR, and Mike Albertson out of Audubon in the 3. Off of 4, green comes out, and here we go. Same as the first one, top 4 cars moving to the A. It will be that 66 EZ of Elijah Siebenbergen to the top spot, followed by Snellenberger to second. Vandermark to third. Now Pat Rachels is going to come to the inside of Andrea McCain. McCain down there on the outside, the black and orange, and look out, Pat Rachels around. Kenny Wallace now to the number 5 spot. It's going to be Siebenbergen, followed by Snellenberger, Vandenmark, and now Kenny Wallace. Herm's been struggling all week in the Slim Chickens, number 7. Right now, he has made his way into a transfer spot in the number 7 car. Still going to be your race leader, Elijah Siebenbergen, followed by Devin Snellenberger, Mike Vandermark Jr. out of Cedar Springs, Michigan, the 26, and St. Louis, Missouri. It's 7 of Kenny Wallace. 1, 2, and 3. Now 4 down the front straightaway. This time they'll hustle on in. Field of work down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be the 66 ZZ of Elijah Siebenbergen. Siebenbergen bobbled. Oh, they come together for the lead. Siebenbergen goes to the defense. That's going to get Snellenberger hustled up out of the throttle, and here comes Vandermark. Vandermark down to the inside. Mike Vandermark there to the number 2 spot. Put Snelly back into the number 3 spot. Snellenberger to 3rd, Wallace to 4th. It's still Siebenbergen, your race leader. Field of work off of 2 down the back straightaway. Siebenbergen followed by that 26 of Vandermark. Vandermark working there in the number 2 spot. Field of work on down into turn number 1 and 2. Snellenberger back to the number 2 spot. Wallace has got to run. Wallace on in as they hurry off of turn number 4. White flags in the air, 1 to go. Field will hurry off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Siebenbergen still your race leader. Followed into turn number 3 and 4. Siebenbergen, Snellenberger. Checkered flag, they'll go 1 and 2. 3rd will go to Vandermark, and 4th will go to the 7 of Kenny Wallace. Mike Albertson will round out your top 5. Here we go. Heat race number 3, going to see Dustin Stewart out of Benton, Arkansas, the 33D, and Presley Harrington out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the 24H. Row number 2, it'll be Cole Sarninski out of Denmark, Wisconsin, the 21CZ, and Brett Shields out of Mount Ayr, Iowa, the 8S. Lee Kinsella out of Piasta, Iowa, the 21, and Abe Holtz, Carthage, Illinois, the 30C. Charlie Cincinnati out of West Allis, Wisconsin, in the 1S, and Dustin Biss out of Martell, Iowa, the 20V. And final starter will be in the 9th spot, the 3H of Ty Hill out of Winterstead. And Joshua Joyner's got heat race number 1 winner up in the pit area.
Nobody told the guy doing the interviews that we switched to doing interviews at Tech, but we caught up to Heat 1 winner Hunter Raston. Hunter, you're more of a late model guy just jumping off in these stock cars. Are you starting to get the hang of it at the end of the week, and you think you can maybe get the win tonight?
I hope so. This track seems like it's going to be kind of track position means a lot. It definitely is different doing a 3,000-pound car on 8-inch tires versus that late model, but I think we got a pretty good car. We'll just give it a shot and see how we wind up.
There you go. That's Hunter Raston, Heat 1 winner. We'll catch up with the Heat 2 winner in just a second. All right, here with Heat 2 winner Elijah Siebenbergen. Hope I said that correctly. I messed it up on Monday, and I'm still not getting it right at the end of the week. Hey, tell us how you're feeling after the heat race tonight.
I mean, the track's slimy and challenging, so it was just kind of trying to hold the bottom, you know, where the groove was worked in. And, you know, thankfully we hung on to it coming out of turn 4 that one time. We were able to take the win, but it was, you know, it's going to be a challenging night.
There you go. That's it from Tech. Back to you, Jerry.
Siebenbergen on in there. Caution lights have gone off, and we are set to go to the green flag, this time off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, it's up, it's out, and we're underway. Presley Harrington there in the 24H to the race lead. We'd like to welcome you all to the final My Race Pass live look-in of the Clash on the Coast, as heat race number 3 and 4 will be here for you on the stock cars. Cole Sarnitsky going to work it on in there. Charlie Cincinnati a little tough in there on. Oh boy, everybody's a little tough off of turn 4. Feel the work down into turn number 1 and 2, and it's going to be the 24H machine. That, of course, is Harrington, Presley Harrington, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Up front, your race leader, 33D machine of Dustin Stewart. Stewart right there in the number 2 spot, followed by Sarnitsky. And now it is a battle back there with the 8S machine of Brett Shields and the 21 machine of Lee Kinsella. Kinsella back there in the red, white, and gold number 21. Coming to the bottom side of Shields. He'll move it on into the 4th and final transfer spot down the front straightaway. They'll hurry and scurry off with 2 and down the back straightaway. Going to be Harrington, still your race leader, followed by 33D Dustin Stewart, Sarnitsky, and Kinsella. Charlie Cincinnati in the 1S car makes his way into the number 5 spot. 1 out of a transfer, but a good starting spot for a B-main later this evening. There'll be 2 of those coming on up for you. The top 4 will transfer. But just like this one, in heat race number 3, top 4 going to transfer out of it as it's still Harrington. Your leader, Stewart, working second. Sarnitsky there in the number 3 spot, and 4th is Kinsella. Down the back straightaway. Oh, it's game time. No, not the little fuel light on. But if you're watching at home on a little My Race Pass Live Look-In, or wherever you're watching on the My Race Pass Live Look-In, producer Nate in the trailer wants to know what your favorite seafood is. So start commenting. Tell us what kind of seafood. I know what mine is. Oh, I've eaten it all week long. Working on down into turn number 3 and 4. 24H of Harrington is your race leader. Down the front, straight away to the checkered flag. It will be Presley Harrington to the win. Dustin Stewart going second. Third will be the 21 CZ of Cole Sarnitsky, and the 21 will be Lee Kinsella. Those are your top 4 transfers. Heat race number 4 going to make their way onto the racetrack. It'll be Jake Coleman out of Pensacola, Florida, the 1S, and Steve Morrow out of Batesville, Arkansas, the 17M. Luke Ramsey, the 17 out of Bedford, Iowa, and the 58 of Ty Papke out of Davison, Michigan. Row number 3, it'll be Andy Morris out of Fort Gibbons, Oklahoma, the 127, and Dylan Knight out of Burleson, Tennessee, in the 6 car. Final 2 starters will be the 15K of Justin Kai from Wheatland, Iowa, and from Newton, it is Rowdy Van Genderen. Those are your cars for heat race number 4 and final.
All right, Presley Harrington. Track's looking a little different than we saw the other night here, but it seems to be to your liking. You feel like you got a shot at it tonight in the finale of the Clash on the Coast?
The track's a lot different. It's a little more tacky, and we were good in defeat the other night, so hopefully we can keep it going. And just want to say a couple thanks to Todd back home, Joe and Jim White for building the car, Dock and Door Tech, Duncan Window and Door, Full Range, Rowan's Recycling, Chester V's, and the rest of my sponsors. All my friends helping, Evan, Sam, and everybody else helping. So.
There you go, Presley Harrington getting all his thanks and shout-outs in. Maybe he'll be able to do it again in Victory Lane at the end of the feature tonight.
Looking to go green flag off of turn number 4. It is up, it is out, and we are racing. Some of our great friends up in Estevan, Saskatchewan, cooned on in, hustling on in where she's a blizzard. She's going to be a blizzard up there the next couple days in the northern part of the United States, as we're down here in sunny Florida. And Luke Ramsey, he's trying to get a little northerly run as he hustled it up off the top of the racetrack and had nowhere to go but backwards. 17M machine is your race leader. That, of course, is Stephen Morrow out of Batesville, Arkansas. The 1C of Jake Coleman to the number 2 spot. The 127 right there is Andy Morris. Morris going to work on down to the number 4 spot. Or 4 spot is Justin Kai. Justin Kai out of Wheatland, Iowa. Working the number 3 spot. Of course, over the years has been in an IMCA late model, an IMCA modified, and here also spending some time in a stock car. That 15K working off of turn number 4. Back there in the number 4 spot. Still Morrow, your race leader. Field turn and burn on down into turn number 1 and 2. Now to 3 and 4. Look at Justin Kai. Justin Kai coming to the inside. Down the front straightaway. Kai now will go to the number 2 spot. What a move by the Wheatland, Iowa racer. Works it on up there. Now he's going to set his sights on Morrow as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Working on in. It'll be side by side down the front straightaway. It is Justin Kai, your race leader. Working on into turn number 3 and 4. It's Justin Kai, Wheatland, Iowa to the white flag and 1 to go. Hurry on in, it'll be Kai, your leader, followed by the 17 of Morrow, the 127 of Morris, and the 1C of Coleman. Down the front straightaway, checkered flag is out. Justin Kai to the win. Second will go to the 17M of Stephen Morrow. Then it will be the 127 of Andy Morris. And your 4th and final transfer car will be the 1C of Jake Coleman. Of course, top 4 transfer, top 3 cars redrawing out of the stock cars. Let's take a look at B main number 1 stock car lineup. It's going to be Brandon Harris at 2 and Charlie Cincinnati, West Dallas, Wisconsin, the 1S. Gage Neal out of Enumos, Iowa, the 12N, and Ty Hill out of Winterset in the 3H. Row number 3, it's going to be Brad Wasman out of Mikado, Michigan in the 50W, and Abe Holds out of Carthage, Illinois, the 30C. Brett Shields out of Mount Airy, Iowa, the 8S, and Creed Slater out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, the 247, and Dustin Viss, the 20V out of Martell, Iowa. First be made of the stock cars. It's going to be Charlie Cincinnati out of West Dallas, Wisconsin. West Dallas, a suburb of Milwaukee, as he sits right there. Look at this. Gage Neal. Gage has got to get into the A main. Stock cars. 2 B mains. Top 4 go in. Oh boy, he got to the back of Harris. Had to pedal that machine. Almost lost the 3rd spot. Holds his 3rd. Sparklers and snakes down the front straightaway out of Gage Neal's 12N machine. Gage Neal is 1 point behind Dallin Murdy. In points when it comes. Of course, you've got the war. You got a battle and you got the war. Who wins the battles? Usually is the people that win the war. And right now the battle is on with Gage Neal and Brandon Harris down the back straightaway. Gage Neal right there in the 12 and gonna hustle on down. Off of turn number 4, Gage Neal the inside of Harris. Harris and Neal are side by side getting into turn number 1. They'll hurry off of 2 and down the back straightaway. It's still gonna be Charlie Cincinnati on out front, followed by Brandon Harris, Gage Neal, and Abe Holds, your top 4. Field to rotate, top of the racetrack, down the front straightaway. Leader gone. Cincinnati breaking away from this one. 12 and of Gage Neal coming once again back to the inside of Brandon Harris.
Oh, leader goes around.
Charlie Cincinnati around in front of the field. Look out, hang on. Midwest Sheet Metal caution is out, Jesse, and wow. The leader. A round tough break for Charlie Cincinnati.
I will say it happens.
It
just happens.
You know,
That's tough.
in the word of Ricky's dad on the trailer park, boys, it's the way she goes, boys.
It's the way she goes.
Got her in there, I would imagine. A little
Dang.
tough back into the fuel. Tough break for the West Allis, Wisconsin racer.
I think the track is kind of slowing down a little bit, and that you can see they're kind of moving around. They're opening their entries up, and get runs on the bottom, and maybe just hit a slick spot.
Let's see if we get a shot here from the drone. Watch the bottom right corner of your screen. Ooh, yeah, he just sent her in there and just missed his mark getting into turn 3. Had way too much from my driver's seat up here, which is not really good. Looked like he had way too much speed getting in. A tough break for him. That's going to end his clash at the coast. Whoa, Ty Hill goes rim ride. Well, he goes ridge riding down the front straightaway. Got her on up there as they hurry him on down the back straightaway. Look at this, though. Abe Holes and Dusty Viss. Viss with a 10 to 4 run in that yellow 20V car. Scott Davis, one out of a transfer, looking in. It's Brandon Harris, your race leader. Gage Neal working second to 30C of Holes. And that yellow 20V is your final transfer car. He'll work it right there. Dustin Viss used to be Dusty Viss, the Iceman. Now, well, he's more like Dustin Viss, the cool gentleman, as he sits back there hanging on. Let's look at this for the race lead. Here comes the 12 end of Gage Neal, the Animals, Iowa racer, working on in. He is going to have to make the feature and then make up a lot of room on Dallin Murdy if he's going to come out of this thing the points champion and take the big surfboard home. On down the back straightaway, going to be Gage Neal fighting with the 2 of Brandon Harris. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. It's still Harris, your race leader. Harris and Neal, 1 and 2. Gage going to come back to the inside. It'll still be the 30C of Holes, and oh boy, Gage, hang tight. He's going to muscle him up the bottom. Not going to have any luck at it, though. It's Brandon Harris, your race winner, followed by Gage Neal. Then the 20V of Dusty Viss, or the 30C of Abe Holes, and the 20V of Dusty Viss. Those are your final transfer cars out of B main number 1. B-main number 2 going to come to the racetrack. It's Wahoo, Mike Albertson out of Audubon in a 3 car, and Rowdy Van Genderen, Newton, Iowa, the 57 VG. Row number 3, it'll be Dylan Thornton out of Keystone, Iowa, the 99 DTR. And we will see Ty Papke out of Davison, Michigan in the 58. Row number 3 to the inside, Chad Krogmeyer, Burlington, Iowa, in the 12 car, and then the 6 of Dylan Knight out of Burleson, Tennessee. Pat Rachels out of China Grove, North Carolina, the 34, and Luke Ramsey from Bedford, Iowa, the 17, and Andrea McCain out of South Haven, Minnesota, the 25A. Caution lights will go off. Mike Albertson and Rowdy Van Genderen right up there on the top 2 spots. Field a roll down into turn number 3 and 4. Wahoo and Rowdy up there on row 1. Green comes out. Here we go. Down to turn number 1 and 2 is going to be Mike Albertson. On the bottom of the outside is Rowdy Van Genderen. Dylan Thornton going to be coming to the number 3 spot. He'll bring Dylan Knight there in the 6 car to the number 4 spot. Remember, top 4 transfer to the A main. Oh, Van Genderen gets muscled up the hill by Wahoo. It will be Van Genderen there to the number 3 or 2 spot. Third will go to Thornton. Thornton driving the Damon Murdy hot rod down the back straightaway. Damon Murdy said, hey, Dallin, get behind this wheel. Make her work. And he did there Thursday night. And tonight going to try to work his way into the A main as he sits in the number 3 spot. Field off with 2 down the back straightaway. Going to be Albertson. Want to be main last night. Looks like he should do her tonight again as Albertson's right there. followed by the 57 VG of Van Genderen, the 99 BTR of Murdy, and the 6 of Knight. Field of work down the back straightaway. It's still Albertson. Albertson, your leader, followed by Van Genderen, Thornton, and Knight. Field of work off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Going to be Mike Albertson. Albertson on out front, your leader, followed by the 57 VG of Van Genderen. Thornton and Knight. Here comes Luke Ramsey in the 17 car. Luke Ramsey trying to make his way up through the field. Can he do it? Ramsey right there on the heels of the 6 car. Ooh, somebody got a lucky dog and somebody got a bad dog. No biscuit from Super Dave. Working on into turn number 3 and 4. That will be the 3 of Albertson. Albertson, now you see Dylan Thornton coming to the outside of Rowdy Van Genderen. Nothing to be had. They'll work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. Van Genderen's going to see Thornton go to the top of the racetrack. Thornton blew it on in there. He'll race to the outside. Dilly-dilly to the number 2 spot. Thornton right there, followed by Van Genderen and Knight. That's 2, 3, and 4. And it's Mike Albertson to the white flag and 1 lap to go down the front straightaway. Hurry and scurry on down the back straightaway. White flag gone. Checkered flag is out. They'll get ready to work him on down. It'll be Albertson followed by Thornton, Van Genderen, and Knight, your top 4. So Mike Albertson going to roll up across the scale in B main number 1. The 2 of Brendan Harris, a non-working rev limiter. Non-working rev limiter. Super Dave says that unfortunately does not work, and neither does winning the heat or the B main work for you to go to the A main. So
that's
tough break for the 2 car.
That's unfortunate. He's a local guy.
Yeah,
I hate to see that, but hey, rules are rules.
Rules, yeah, exactly. So this your Weir's Machine stock car chassis challenge. B&B Racing Chassis, Sniper Speed, Harris Auto Racing, Cadillac Chassis, GRT Race Cars, and Rage putting money up. You've got Ty Hill in the 3H, Charlie Cincinnati the 1S, Andrea McCain the 25A, Luke Ramsey in the 17, and the 8S of Brett Shields. 5 cars, 5 laps, bragging rights for your chassis manufacturer. In a little bit there. Yeah. Jack says, all my Cadillacs are in the feature. This is where the Buicks go? Is that what you're saying, Jack? Here we go. Green flag out, 5 laps. Winner takes the bragging rights. Charlie Cincinnati out of West Dallas, Wisconsin. Up there on row number 1, going to the number 1 spot in your Weir's Machine Stock Car Chassis Challenge. Down the back straightaway. It is Charlie Cincinnati. Cincinnati on up front there, your leader. Followed by the 3H of Ty Hill, Luke Ramsey, Andrea McCain, and Brett Shields. Field of work down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, it is still Charlie Cincinnati on out front. Cincinnati followed by Hill, 1 and 2. Then it will be, hang on, oh boy, look out, Ty Hill around. Ty Hill goes around, caution coming out. Field of work, come on in, Charlie Cincinnati. Oh, trouble. front straightaway. Hustle on in. I tell you, last call on those great-looking Clash at the Coast t-shirts. Because once the feature starts, you are SOL is what they said. Super out of luck, and you won't be able to get one. So head on back there, get one of those Clash of the Coast t-shirts, the commemorative event t-shirts, as it's Charlie Cincinnati on out front. Working on down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Charlie Cincinnati.
Fireworks.
I didn't think. Peyton told us at the drivers' meeting there was no fireworks. I knew he'd come through. Oh. Oh, race fans, it's a Saturday night and it's championship time here at the IMCA TV Clash on the Coast. The boat car brings them out, and it is time to meet and greet your 24 starters for your IMCA stock car, a Maine. By the draw, it'll be on the pole, the 7R out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, Hunter Rasden into his outside. Wheatland, Iowa's 15K of Justin Kai. Row number 2 to the inside, it's Elijah Ziemenbergen out of Ocheaton, Iowa, the 66E, and Presley Harrington, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the 24H. Row number 3, it's Dustin Stewart out of Benton, Arkansas, the 33D, and the 17M is Stephen Morrow out of Batesville. Row number 4, it'll be Devin Snellenberger, Pulaski, Wisconsin, the 21X, and Dallin Murdy, the game changer, out of Chelsea, Iowa, the 99X. Jim Horsch going to go row number 5 to the inside out of Marshall, Minnesota, 21H, and Mike Vandermark out of Cedar Springs, Michigan, the 26. Row number 6, it's Cole Sarninski, Denmark, Wisconsin, the 21C, and Andy Morris, Fort Gibbon, Oklahoma, the 127. 13th and 14th starters in row number 7 are John Oliver Jr. out of West Burlington, Iowa, the 05 Junior, and Kenny Wallace from St. Louis, Missouri, the 7. Row number 8, it will be Lee Kinsella, Piasta, Iowa, the 21, and the 1C out of Pensacola, Florida is Jay Coleman. Going to row number 9, it's Gage Neal out of Anamosa, Iowa, the 12 and the 3 of Mike Albertson. Row 10, Abe Holes, Carthage, Illinois, the 30C. Keystone, Iowa's 99 DTR is Dylan Thornton. 21st and 22nd, we will see Dustin Viss out of Martell, Iowa, the 20V, and Rowdy Van Gendren. Final 2 starters will be Scott Davis out of Lenox, Iowa, and Dylan Knight out of Burleson, Tennessee. Monday night, we started off, and tonight we finish it right here. Stock cars are side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be up front, Hunter Rasden, Justin Kai. We come to the green flag, 20 laps or 25 laps the distance. We are underway, championship feature action. On down into turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Hunter Rasden to the race lead. To the bottom side of the racetrack comes a 15K and Justin Kai. Kai down there, your race leader. Remember, Dallin Murdy in the 99X car has a points lead by 1 point as they work him on in over Gage Neal. We'll watch that battle. Plus, we'll watch the battle on the racetrack for position. Look out down the front straightaway, got one around. The 1C machine around on the front straightaway, and the Midwest Sheet Metal caution lights are on. Field down the back straightaway. Look for the restart zone over there in turn 3 and 4. If Chuck likes what he sees, he'll wave that green flag, and we'll get these drivers back underway. Ever so easy into turn 3 right about now. You'll hear them pick up the throttle. We're into fuel, and we're back underway. Oh, troubles down the front straightaway. Look out, Lee Kinsella. Kinsella around. He'll take Dylan Thornton, Abe Holes, and the 3 of Mike Albertson. So you've got 99 DTR, 21, 30C, and the 3 car all around up here on the restart. As that thing got all kind of whacked up just right before the flag stand. So for you at home, let's watch and see what happened from the speed shot down the front straightaway. You're going to see right here it gets pretty wonky back there. Jim Horsch, there's John Oliver, Sparklers and Snakes down the front straightaway. Everybody's checking up. They just, that outside row got suction cupped into the wall. And when that happens, Jesse, there's no way to get out of the wall once you get in that wall.
No, and then when you try to come off the wall, there's usually someone there, and it causes problems.
Yes, luckily everybody to rejoin the field on this one. Still 1 down, 24 to go. Jonesboro's Hunter Rasden sets the pace. Everybody going to say, come on, we got to go, we got to go. Saw a little bit of bumper tag deep in the field. This time everybody's going to make their way down into turn number 1. It's going to be Rasden, your leader, followed by Justin Kai, Elijah Ziebenbergen. Ziebenbergen and Murdy working there to the top side. Dallin Murdy, the game changer, upstairs. Working him down the front straightaway. Dallin Murdy now to the number 3 spot. Murdy up to 3rd. Off with 2 and down the back straightaway. It's going to be Snellenberger in the 21X there to the inside of the 24H of Presley Harrington. Harrington in the red, white, and yellow 24, the black and white 21X machine at Snellenberger right there as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Off with 2 down the back straightaway deep in the field. Gage Neal knows he's got to start trucking to the front there. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Back there for about 12th, 13th, and 14th. Here comes the 20B of Viss, the 12 of Neal, the 21CZ of Sarninski. That's your battle right there getting into turn 1. Now Dallin Murdy is finding something. We'll watch these guys off at turn number 2. Battle is shaping up for the lead though. Hunter Rasden is right there. Gage Neal though, he's got to hurry himself through the field. As Rasden is your leader, the 15K of Kai, followed by the 99X of Murdy. Siebenbergen back there to the number 4 spot. They'll race him on down the front straightaway. Going to be Rasden, followed by Kai, Murdy, and the 66EZ machine of Siebenbergen. Dallin Murdy going to look to the inside of Justin Kai. Kai in the 15K, the 99X of Dallin Murdy. They'll work there for the number 2 spot. While that's happening, Hunter Rasden is able to pull away from them momentarily down the front straightaway. Almost a 0.6 of a second advantage. Now Murdy going to look back to the inside. They're side by side to turn number 3. Murdy back to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to let it slide up. Park it across the nose. Says, hey, hey, what do you know? We got to go. It's down the inside. Justin Kaido is going to relinquish that number 2 spot. Not by his choice, as Murdy was able to capitalize on his bobble getting into turn 3. Now Siebenbergen looking to do the same thing. Look out, yellow, bottom of 4, bottom of 4. Caution is out, caution is out. Yellow flag out of the racetrack. Scott Davis, the 81D machine, around in the bottom of turn number 4. They got one around in the bottom of turn 2. You've got the 81D and the 1C. Those are your 2 cars stopped when the yellow comes out. Looks like the 81D will be charged for the caution. They said the 1C turned around afterwards. All right, it'll be the 7R. Hunter Rasden on out front, your race leader. Dallin Murdy and Justin Kai right there. Into turn 3, off of turn 4. Green flag is up in the air, and we're back underway. Field a race down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Hunter Rasden. Dallin Murdy's going to be right there in the 99X machine. They'll hurry on in down to turn 3. Murdy on the bottom. Going to be the 15K of Kai. Oh boy, look out deeper in the field. Hang tight. We got a big and a bang and bouncing around off of turn number 4. Field will work down into turn number 1 and 2. They'll hustle them on in. Racing for the lead. Dallin Murdy on the bottom side. The game changers come to say hello to Hunter Rasden. Rasden says, not so quick, kid. I'll let you win a championship, but I want a board 2. Thursday night winner, Dallin Murdy, and your points leader sitting right there. Look out, Gage Neal, top of 1. Red flag, red flag. Red flag, we got one upside down. Gage Neal on his side in turn number 1. Oh no. You're going to see what happens is the hood comes up. Here's where the 20V of Viss, something happens on Viss's 20V machine. It's going to pinch the 12N of Gage Neal up against the outside wall. When that does, he's going to just hang on, and right at the lights, going to get sideways, and yeah, that's where gravity gave up and inertia took over. And Got her up on the side there. Hunter Rasden right there in the number 1 spot. Oh boy. Harrington didn't come up to snuff. That's going to let a couple of them get by as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Hunter Rasden right there, your race leader. Dallin Murdy to the number 2 spot. Justin Kai is third. Fourth is a 26 of Vandermark. Vandermark and Snellenberger right there. Got one up high on the racetrack. He'll stay on and will stay green. New leader down the front straightaway. The game changer going to the lead. It will be the 99X machine of Dallin Murdy right there, your new race leader. All he's got to do is just win. Well, all he's got to do is finish 2 cars ahead of the 12N of Gage Neal, and he's got this thing solidified. And right now, he is doing it in grand fashion. Down the front straightaway they'll come. I tell you what, everybody watching the stock cars. We're halfway home. It is on out front. Dallin Murdy in the 99X machine. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be the 15K of Justin Kai. He's under attack. Oh, the 33D comes to a stop here in the bottom of turn 1. Had every opportunity, unless he's got something broke, to make that left-hand turn, but I think the car was just too slow to get turned. He was trying. We're going to push Wheeler on him. Dallin Murdy, right now, your leader. Gage Neal has got to go a long way and then pass him and then put him back an extra car to win a championship. Murdy says, I'm going to just hang out here with all my friends, all alone in the lead. As they hustle on down the front straightaway, it is going to be your race leader down into turn number 1, Dallin Murdy. Murdy down there on the bottom. It's going to be the 7R machine, Hunter Rasden. Rasden right there with the 15K of the machine out of Wheatland, Iowa, Justin Kai. Excuse me, Kai right there. Then it is Vandermark and the 21X of Devin Snellenberger. Caution, looks like the 81D of Scott Davis and the 30C of Abe Holes. Or actually, that's the 17M of Morrow. Stephen Morrow up there. Saw the yellow numbers up there. I thought that was Abe, but 21 stopped on the back straightaway. 21 back there. Dallin Murdy, your race leader, off on turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It is up, it's out, and we're back underway. 11 circuits remaining. Down to turn number 1 and 2, it is going to be Snellenberger coming to the inside. Watch that black and white number 21X machine. Been quick most of the week. Working on in down to the bottom. They're going to go 3 wide. Vandermark, the Michigander, right there in the black and pink number 26 car. Siddles back into the number 4 spot. Justin Kai rides third. Jim Horsch and Dallin Murdy back there battling. Field of work down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be the 99X machine at Dallin Murdy. 99 DTR off the racetrack. Dylan Thornton taking that hot rod back to the compound as we work him on down the back straightaway. Battle for 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now. Hunter Rasden's got the 15K and Justin Kai breathing down his neck. Working off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Still Murdy, Rasden, Kai, Vandermark. Then the 21X machine, of course, that is Snellenberger, followed by Harrington, Siebenbergen, and the 21H machine at Jim Horsch. Off of turn number 4, they bring him down the straightaway. Still Murdy. And Justin Kai is not giving up on that second spot. He goes back to the inside, working on down into turn number 3. They'll work him on down, hurrying on in. Battle still for the number 2 spot. Going to see it right there on the bottom of the racetrack. That is Justin Kai downstairs. Hunter Rasden up on the top side. Next time they'll come down the front straightaway. It is going to be a handful. 4 fingers and a thumb. 5 to go for Dallin Murdy. Murdy, your leader. Rasden followed by Kai. Then it is a 26 of Vandermark, the 21X machine. In the number 5 spot is Snellenberger. 6 is Harrington. 7 is Siebenbergen. 8th is Horsch. 9th is Albert Robertson. And 10th right now is Gage Neal in the 1210 machine. Laying him down and putting a hurt to him is that 99X machine of Dallin Murdy. Murdy on down now. Snellenberger going to come to the inside, looking for the number 4 spot of Vandermark. Vandermark out of Michigan, down there on the top of the racetrack. It will be Snellenberger downstairs. They work him off here. 3 laps to go. Snellenberger on the bottom of Vandermark off a 2. Gives Snelly the number 4 spot. Into 3 off of 4. Still now your leader is 2 to go for the 99X machine at Dallin Murdy. Feel the rock and roll down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag in the air. 1 lap to go for your race leader, Dallin Murdy out of Chelsea, Iowa. He'll work his way off of turn number 4. He's going home a champion. It's the game changer, Dallin Murdy. Battle for second's not over. It's Hunter Rasden to second, 3rd to Justin Kai, 4th to Snellenberger. Vandermark goes 6th, 7th goes Horsch, 8th to the 24 of Harrington. Then it will be Gage Neal and Mike Albertson rounding out your top 10 unofficially. Game changer, congratulations. You are the inaugural Clash on the Coast stock car champion, and you do it with a feature win. Walk us through tonight.
It was pretty cool. Man, I don't know. I kind of forgot what happened. It's been a while ago. But no, we had a really good car. That's probably the most precision racing I've ever done. You know, I felt like I calculated every move I made, and it just paid off. But had a really good car. Can't thank Harris Auto Race enough, Mid-State Machines, all them for building such great components that I get to run. I give a shout out to my family. Haven't been able to shout them out all week. My mom, my dad. I got Jonah helping me, Knudsen. They're working really hard. Ken and Cheryl come down with us. Thank my girlfriend, and it was fun hanging out with her family. And it's a successful trip to Florida.
You know, walk us through that. You know, Thursday night had some issues with it, with the dust. Talking to you guys, it wasn't as bad as it looked like from the stands. But tonight we rolled the fog in. I mean, there was ship. I don't know if there was a ship out there with the foghorn going. What goes through your mind like tonight when you know that there's 2 things? It can become a vision issue, and it's actually doing something different to the racetrack than what you've seen the last handful of laps.
It definitely threw us for a curveball there, but I mean, this is probably the perfect track you could have had to have a championship night. Obviously, our heat races wasn't very good, but for that to happen, you know, you need to sacrifice something to have a good feature. But you know, hats off to everyone that did the track. Hats off to Mike. Can't thank Peyton enough for putting this deal on, and I'm looking forward to next year.
There you have it. Congratulations, champ.
Thank you.